Right, welcome back to Hooner's Shed. I've got a couple of hours spare today, so what I'm going to try and do is find out what's causing the problem with the clocks. And what it does mean is I've got to take that bloody headlight out again. And all the wires, that's where all the wiring is. It's behind the bloody headlight. It's a pain in the ass to get it back in again. I'll take that out and we've got to do a bit of cable chasing now, I reckon, to see if we can find out, or see if I can find out what the problem is, why it's telling me that when I'm pushing it along, I'm doing about 42 mile an hour. I don't push it that fast, honestly. So let's crack on and see where we can get with that. Right, so these are the connections in the last video. So what I've got to do is I've just got to go through those and make sure each one is connected up to the right thing. So a bit more wire chasing. So what I had started to do was to just label up these, because I'm still not 100% sure that rev counter is reading right, because it doesn't seem to be high enough on the counter compared to the amount of revs that the bike's sounds like it's doing. So I was labelling these up so I could just make a reference of where they come from on the loom. And I was going through the paperwork and I noticed this. Now, I missed this before, which is probably going to be another life lesson. Make sure you read everything and you've checked for everything. That's the type of connector I've got. It's the GIS type A. And it says here, after installing the speed signal converter, please change the relative setting as suggested. Tyre circumference 714, sensor 0.6. Now that I haven't done. So that I've got to do. Right, so we'll turn this on. Yeah, more gratuitous shots of this thing firing up because it just looks fantastic. I really like that. Okay, now we need to change the wheel diameter. So just flick through the settings. Oh, hang on. No, because you've got to push them both together. So you go, there we go, settings mode. We've got the 4-cylinder 2-piston. I don't know if this actually comes out. See, speed warning, revs, water temperature, oil temperature. There we go. Now this one I have to adjust to 714, and it is quite easy. I've been playing with this, and it is quite easy to overshoot. So you want 714 on this one. I remember Gary telling me about this. He said you'll push these bloody buttons a lot. 714. Just like that. And we need to set that to sensor point 6. Like that. And then we push and hold that to come out. Put that back on fuel and time. Right. Now I'll go and get the crash helmet and we'll give that a test. Right, well that actually seems to solve the problem. Just took it for a spin up and down the road and everything's reporting more accurately, or it seems accurate anyway. What I'll have to do is get a sat nav on it and just see what goes. But yeah, everything's now reporting much closer to home. So fantastic. And it was just that. That's what it was. Bit of paper that I missed. Like, it was in the packaging, I just thought it was a warranty or something like that. Took no notice of it at all, and the settings were in there all along. But apart from that, everything else was wired up. So I did wire it up correctly. It was actually a setting on the clock that I needed to do because of the type of cable to digital converter that I've got. So on one hand, yeah, should have spotted that. Could have saved yourself a bit of hassle and a bit of head scratching. On the other hand, I'm still quite chuffed with the wiring. I'm still quite chuffed with that. Those joins, they look really good. And so if it's running, the clocks are on, I made the bracket, so that's it. I think this was episode 6 or episode 7 of Project Clock Bracket, wired the clock as well, and it's done. It's fantastic. What I've got to do now is get the mudguard sorted, put it back on the bike, and we are good to go. So, Hooner's tip, make sure you check every single piece of paper that comes with everything that you want to fit to your bike, because there it is. Tyre circumference and sensor point. That's the information I needed. So there we go. What can I say? Thanks very much for tuning in to Hooner's Shed. Next project, we're either going to be carrying on with the TZR or hopefully we'll get the FJF and we can start some ratification. The first thing she's going to need is an MOT, so we'll get her MOT and then we'll get some ratification going on. I think I'm quite looking forward to that. So take care. I'll see you on the next one. Ride safe. And yeah, I'll see you on the next Hooner's Shed.